Warning Army. Ugh. Live from the Lunario Concert in 2018. Let's go check it out. Hey there. I saw in the comments that the Lunario Concert was the one to use for live, unbroken play of this album. So I didn't think I knew about it, but apparently I did because it was in my notes, so I apologize. I went back through my notes, and if you could see my notes, you might understand why I missed it. But that aside, I appreciate the heads up on this. I do want to point a couple things out. There was a 10-minute intro on this video. I did not watch it. I haven't watched any of it. I just gathered that in searching for Ugh. Also, between Dust to Dust and Crimson Queen is a song called Unmendable. I don't believe that's on the album. If it is, you can correct me, or if maybe it was a later issue album. So let me know about those issues if you want to hear them. Secondly, this almost puts me in mind of something we could do together on a live stream. Now, I don't know much about live streaming yet. My software will do it easily, but I have to learn to do it. So we might have to be patient for a little bit while I get up and running. And it may not take any time at all. So if you want to do this live from start to finish, let me know. It's not something I really ever planned to do, but I could see where doing this live would be a lot of fun. And if that's something you want to do, let me know. And after tonight's Ugh performance, we will stop doing the tracks from there, from this particular show, and move out to something else for a little while. I know they have plenty of material for us to look at. Having said that, I want to also thank you for your amazing generosity. And because I'm not yet well versed in putting text up on my screen for thanking people, I'm going to thank you right here by username. First of all, this one is a user ID. It's a WZ8QTIOE8N. Next came Jaffquist 27. Oregon IT3 or LT3, I couldn't tell. Rix 5360, thank you very much, each of you. Space Knave, thank you. Thin Sun 6147. Carl D70. And Scott Diver Scott. Thank all of you very much. You're very generous. I promise that these funds will be used strictly for this channel to upgrade it. Maybe we can get a green screen behind me, then I can put the band behind me whenever we're doing them. That's something that's kind of always been in my head. I didn't tell you all, but when I was setting up this YouTube channel, I had a 55-inch flat screen that I was using for a monitor, and lightning struck and took it out. I'd owned that flat screen for over 12 years. So I bought another 55-inch, and I went out of town, and when I came home, a storm cell had come through, and lightning took that one out. And neither my insurance nor the warranty allowed for a lightning strike, so I could not do anything about replacing them. So I'm working with a 32-inch monitor right now that does a fine job. But I would like to start upgrading my monitor system where I have more than one screen and that kind of thing. This is a lot of fun, but I want to do it right. So thank you so much for your generosity. And I don't want to belabor it, but Merry Christmas, because you're giving me one and I appreciate it. So without further ado, let's go take a look at this performance of Ugh. I gather they're younger here, and so let's take a look here.
There's so much more to this than that. Suppress the feelings, fight them back. Oh, oh, oh. Too many reasons caving and joking on words that you won't get. Oh, oh, oh. Now I am done with it. Slowly sinking in ways of never-ending terror. Stay forever. I am afraid to see what's become of me. The rope I wanted, I get tighter. From the fire. Oh, save me 'cause I'm falling down. Oh, we are so far from the ground. I don't want to understand. I just want to hold your hand. This ending tastes like yesterday, and time won't take the pain away. Oh, oh, oh. Become obsessed with what's destroyed. Make all the walls to fill the void. Oh, oh, oh. Now I am trapped within, slowly sinking in ways of never-ending terror. Stay forever. I am afraid to see what's become of me. The rope I wanted, I get tighter. Cross the fire. Oh, save me 'cause I'm falling down. Oh, we are so far from the ground. I don't want to understand. I just want to hold your hand. This is not real, and what I feel is only making me reveal what it will take to make me brave once and for all.
All right, that was tight. That was, I always say that, but it always strikes me, the first thing that it does. That was a slick move musically with Ale descending in her bass line while Danny was playing that signature riff of the song. It always, that's something I always like to hear in a song. Much like, well, I like song modulates as well. But that was a nifty little trick. And the thing I felt like all the way through the song was that Danny was doing a lot of heavy lifting there, because she's playing some fills. She's playing some note for note fills while she's singing, and that takes practice. I mean, it's not unattainable. It's not like it's impossible or super difficult, but there's a lot more room for error when you're playing live. And that's the kind of thing that in a power trio, especially, you kind of find that it's an easy instinct to say to yourself, well, I'll just do it this way, and that way I won't make a mistake live, right? But you got to stretch yourself out, and there's really nobody to push you. You don't have a second guitarist there going, hey, let's try this, or let's do that, or have you thought about this? So you're kind of on your own, and your bass player can say, well, I kind of had this thought, but, again, you're still on your own. You're the guitarist. And principally the singer, I believe. So you know what your boundaries are at any given point in time. And I'm rambling, but for a purpose, and the purpose is that what looks simple in a power trio, and is simple a lot of times when you have 5 people in a band or 4 people in a band where you have a second guitar, is not. And I'm not saying the guitarist carries the heaviest load, but there's not a lot of change up for what the rhythm section has to do. The bass player has to take up a lot of slack, so there is more, and so does the drummer. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is that the difference, the guitar work is the melody. It's what flavors the song, right? So, and the vocal work. Those are 2 things that Danny's doing. She's doing the flavoring of the song as well as laying down the thunder track when she goes to rhythm. So, and when you hear this terminology, it's mine. Thunder track is not an industry term, okay? It's just something I just made up on the fly. But it's what she faces every time she goes live. She faces dealing with herself, her instrument, what they've written, how they've written it, and how they want to present it. They all face that to some extent, but Danny has the heaviest load in my mind for a song like this, for example. Now, like on a song that we saw where Ale and Powell were singing the harmonies there, all that load shifts to them, and we noticed Danny was kind of backing off, and Ale's bass was taking over and taking the lead. So that responsibility does get shifted around. In a smart power trio, it gets shifted around. Sometimes you get a guitarist who he's all that and a bag of fries, and so he's going to take the lead every time. And that's okay if you're that good. But in this particular case, and they're all that good in this band, and they're smart because they know how to shift that responsibility around. And I've said enough about that. But I just, I noticed it. It really struck me that Danny was carrying that and carrying it excellently. She didn't make a single mistake that I could see. And, I mean, I'm no expert. I'm not an expert, guys. I told you from the get-go, I'm an average guitarist, average singer, average performer. But I've been in the business. I was in the business for a long time. So I've seen a lot of things. I've seen better players than me. I've seen, various approaches to songwriting, to performing, to producing. And all these things inform me of my opinion. And that's all it is an opinion. Somebody else can disagree with me, and I have no problem with that because, hey, I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. But that's my take on this. I really like this song a lot. I like it, first of all, because it's a straight-ahead rocker, but I also like it for the groove it lays down. It's got a relentlessness about it. And I like that a lot. You could say that, and I know you could say, well, they're all relentless when they're hard rock. No, they aren't. Not always, no. Jukebox Hero, you would think that would be called relentless. It's not. It's not a relentless song. It has a relentless backbeat in the back of it, but the song pulls back. It pulls back in order to highlight when the guitarist breaks out every time in that song. So that's what I consider not necessarily a relentless song. It can be relentless in the middle of the song, but this song's relentless from bumper to bumper. It just doesn't stop driving. Good writing. Good writing. Especially, I don't know, it's 2018, so that's 5 years ago. Holy smokes. How old was Ale? 16? 15? Well done. Excellent. I mean, oh my gosh. What was I doing at 16? I was working in a restaurant trying to buy my first car. And I don't know that I could have done this. That always amazes me to see the youth today pulling this kind of thing off. Where are they going to be in 20 years, right? Okay, I'm going to let you go. Thank you again for your generosity, your support, your encouragement, just your viewership. I love doing this with you. You all have so many great, informative comments, so many things you say that give me, that round out what we're looking at and allows me to have a full picture of what's happening with this band. I realize you may feel like you're holding my hand, but I appreciate you doing that, and I'm learning as fast as I can. This is a fantastic trio of ladies, and they're only getting better. And I just am kind of anxious to get back to see the Basement tapes. So, let's talk about that live stream, and let's talk about what you want to do if we decide to do the live stream in the meantime. So thank you. I will check you later. Bye now.